Mama. B105 Breakfast Club. Mama.
Mama, there was
the
Mima.
Southern things.
Yeah.
Mississippi Mima. There's Mississippi Mima. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a way to... B105, it's Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. Good morning. We got the B105 Buzz brought to you by East Central Energy. Member-owned, homegrown, community-focused since 1936.
Yep.
So I put a question out there, and it's kind of interesting. Well, not interesting. It's scary. I got to be honest. And I'm kind of worried about people coming at me on this, but
okay.
I don't know why. So my daughter, she's 10. She wants to ride her bike to school, right? And that means she's got to cross Belknap Street in Superior, which is basically now a 4-lane highway for all the traffic that goes between Minnesota and Wisconsin and northern Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because of the construction going on.
Yep.
And I reluctantly said yes, and I walked with her for the first week to make sure she knew what she was doing, and she'd ride across the street, look for traffic, watch over people, and then she's almost been hit twice already. So like we're going, I don't think we can do this anymore. What do you think? What do we got to do here? Because, I mean, that's such a busy road, and I'm just wondering, what would you do? So you can go on our Facebook page. I put that up Friday. Because I came home the other day, and she was, like, crying. She was in tears. Yeah. And I said, what happened? She goes, I almost got hit by a truck.
I can't handle her, like, almost crying. Like, that makes...
And then I gave her a hug for, like, 10 minutes because she was so shook up.
That's scary.
I know.
It's really scary.
So, but it's like, do they have to do crosswalk things? Why are people not stopping? Why are people... It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
really
my rant over. What do you think? It's up at the B105 app, too.
Okay, so weigh in on that. But I was just realizing the other day, I'm like, I need to renew my passport. So I'm going on a cruise.
I've never had a passport.
Well, okay, so I got one when I was in college, and funnily, that's not a word. As I was leaving, the tires legitimately fell off my car, and that's all I remember about that day. And I was stuck in the middle of the parking lot. But
that's funny. Anyways,
so I was like looking into what I need to do to renew mine and everything, and I came across a Facebook post, and it was from it's in a county in Wisconsin, and basically there are now passport scams where they'll say, hey, fill out this application and we'll like get you your passport faster, or hey, fill out your passport application here for a fee. And a lot of people are falling for it in Wisconsin, I guess. But the problem is you don't have to pay, and it's fake. So
wow.
Yeah.
I hate that. I still got to get my real ID yet. I don't even have that.
I need to do that, too. And when I was...
you need, like, everything.
At the airport, they were like, you need to get this. I'm like, well, when? And they're like, by May of 2025. I'm like, well, I have a year, but I think everybody's going to be waiting.
Well, you need Social Security card, proof of residence, birth certificate, I don't know, all this kind of stuff.
I know. There's a lot that you need.
Right.
A lot.
A hair from your mother's head.
A DNA test.
DNA test. 23andMe. Right, there you go. Okay, that's your B105 Buzz. A little bit of everything there for you this morning on the Breakfast Club. Luke Bryan, Country Girl, Shake It For Me on B105, the Northland's #1 for new country. Okay, this is a Out of Place Monday edition, because I remember, just occurred to me what happened, my Breakfast Club confession.
Yeah.
So I was not this last week, and the weekend before, I was with my buddy Matt, and he joined me at the cabin, and we were going to go fishing. So we got in the pontoon, and I don't have all my fishing gear with me. I just have the stuff that's in the camper, right?
Right.
Because my fishing gear's on my fishing boat, which is not there. It's a long story. Anyway. So I had a Zebco reel, you know, like the little kid ones.
Yeah, like the Luke Combs song.
Yeah, and then I had a little tiny off-brand, not even a real Rapala on there. And we were just kind of trolling along a little bit, and I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting not to catch a fish. I kind of gave him the good setup, you know?
Yeah.
Since whatever. All of a sudden, whap, my rod goes down and it almost breaks.
Not good.
And it's a pretty good size, a healthy size northern on the end of it.
And how much does one of those cost?
A Zebco reel?
Yeah.
I don't know. This one was like $25.
Oh, okay.
Not much.
But still.
It didn't break. But then I get the northern up and I'm fighting it. It's going back and forth. And I realized, hey, idiot, you didn't bring a net.
Oh.
And then as I got down, and I got down next to and I put my hand up the gill and I got it into the boat. And then I went, hey, idiot, you didn't bring any pliers, because I tattooed this fish with treble hooks. So then I tried to grab the treble hook out with my hand. Yeah. Hook went into my finger. The fish went flapping back and forth between my thighs. I got northern slime all over me.
Yeah.
So out of panic, I'm like, Matt, head back to the dock. We got to get pliers. So with this 25 horsepower motor.
I would love to have witnessed that in real time, truly.
I'm wrestling this northern on the deck of a pontoon across the lake.
I'm sad that I didn't witness that in real time.
And then when we got to the lake, I finally got it loose. And I had cut this finger here. You can see the cut still.
Wow.
Didn't get the hook all the way in. And then it reminded me of when Ralph Icare was in here and they're talking about
those
hook and eye
hooks. Yeah, thanks for bringing
awareness.
that up. I forgot about that.
That's why you should wear sunglasses when you're Fishing.
And so you don't sunburn your eyes.
Thank you, Lauren. Always on the UV patrol. UV patrol,
That's
Lauren.
true.
All right. Anyway, that's my Breakfast Club confession. If you're going to go fishing in a lake full of northerns and you know that, bring a net and pliers.
I kind of want to see that on video, though.
Well, we don't have
that whole reenactment.
Well, my dad does have a security camera up there, which is great. Anyway, there you go. We'll have Jordan Davis up next for you on B105 and Lauren's Country Lowdown in just minutes. B105, it's the Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren and Lauren's Country Lowdown.
Yeah, so I just want to start by saying thank you to everybody who went to Boot Barn yesterday, 11-1 to see Joe Danger. We had a Miranda Lambert contest. You had to stop by, and I'm going to let Joe Danger choose the winner and announce it during his show.
Awesome.
So he will be, I will notify you if you are a winner, but listen to Joe Danger and he will announce a winner this week. That show is still like a month away, but since it was his event, I'll let him announce the winner. So thanks to everybody that came out for that. And Lainey Wilson, you know, she is the woman of the hour. She has a Hulu documentary that just came out last week. It's called Lainey Wilson, Bell Bottom Country. And you can go to B105country.com and you can read like a Cliff's Note version if you haven't had a chance to watch it just yet. But she talks about how she grew up, which I feel like a lot of us know. You know, she's from small town in Louisiana. She talks about when she wanted to be a singer, when she first moved to Nashville. But I thought the most interesting part was how she talked about where her life is now. And she says that she still gets very nervous whether she is playing for 20 people or in a stadium, because she says you don't know like what people are going to say. And she said that something that maybe not surprised her, but something that she said even at the level that I'm at now I still have to deal with is everybody has opinions on everything, even things that why do people have opinions about it? And she says you just have to you know, she says basically it's been an adjustment having to hear everybody's opinions, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. She says it's really scary putting yourself out there, and you got to expect every kind of opinion that you can imagine. And you also have to know that not everybody's going to love you.
Yeah, it's the price that comes with fame, right?
Yeah, and she also, you know, has talked about this before, but she said that she has experienced a lot of rejection, and she says there are still times now where she gets lonely, even though, you know, she's like one of the biggest stars in country music. So
what did they say? Jim Carrey, I think, said this famous quote. He says, I wish everybody could become rich and famous and realize that that's not the answer. You're still a human. It's not happiness. So best wishes to her and how she works through all this stuff, you know? Yeah,
so like I said, you can read about that B105country.com. But I do think there is something to be said if you look at like celebrities these days. Like a lot of them have a lot of issues, and it is,
well, they're human.
You know, yeah, they're human.
And a lot more stress, too, than most of everyday life.
Yeah, exactly.
Stress out about different things.
Yep. So last but not least, you already know we have a Kenny Chesney contest going on. Your first code will be at 8:20. It's to a secret location in August to see his current tour. Round trip airfare for two. 2-night hotel stay, $500 spending cash, brought to you by Pete's Trailer Sale. So in case you've been living under a rock this weekend, that's what's going on.
Very cool.
Today, 8:20.
8:20, be listening for it. Well, I'll be here giving it. 5 Breakfast Club, Ken and Lauren. All right, we got the 7:10 laugh off.
Yep, you won Friday, so.
You can go first.
Okay. Ken, what does Cinderella usually wear when she goes to the beach? Glass slippers. Instead of slippers.
What did you say?
Glass slippers.
Oh, I thought you said slippers. That's why I couldn't get it. Okay.
All right.
It's a start. Whoa. Okay, no, we're good. I thought I had a bug on the counter.
What in the world just happened?
Something was crawling towards me. It was this thing rolling on the thing. I thought that there was a bug.
What is that?
I don't know what this thing is. Probably a part for something important. I'll put it over here.
Yeah, just put it over there. That's good.
Randy
that it
will
just
find it. Yeah.
Came out and is rolling around.
Lauren, can you believe the cost of balloons has gone up? It's inflation.
That hits too close to home for us all. Really, it does.
Has your balloon budget been blown up?
Yeah. Yeah, it has. Ken, how do you make an apple turnover? I think you just push it down a hill.
You laughed way too hard at that one, just so you know.
I don't think I would like an apple turnover, but I like the joke.
You know, Lauren, it's been a long time coming, but we finally confiscated our daughter's markers. The writing's been on the wall for a while.
I kind kind of saw that coming. With okay.
Wow.
Okay. Ken, what do you call it when Bigfoot is in charge of making pasta for all of his other mythical creatures? Alpha Yeti spaghetti.
It's so stupid, the entire setup and everything.
It's so stupid. Sometimes stupid it just works, you know?
I had something the other day go up and be like, you seriously laughed at one of Lauren's Bigfoot jokes. And I'm like, hey.
My Bigfoot jokes are among my best jokes.
It's saying something. Okay, there you go. That's your 710 laugh.
We've been doing this for a while, so.
Your brain teaser questions coming up next, and we'll just move on, okay? B105. B105 Breakfast Club, Ken and Lauren, good morning. We got your brain teaser question, your chance to win some Papa Murphy's today.
So 36% of people say they've never had this for breakfast. I really want to say something, but I'm worried that it's going to give it away.
Well, we're talking about a specific type of food, or food, right? Okay, so 36% of people admit they've never, that's a lot of people. They've never had this for breakfast.
It's honestly just as good for breakfast.
I think I can tell you at least 36 times I've had this for breakfast. I'll tell you that. Okay, 727-B105, what are we talking about? 36% of people say they've never had this for breakfast.
Not like a breakfast food, but it's a food that you eat for lunch or dinner that is actually delicious. It's scientifically proven for breakfast.
Is it really scientifically proven? Are you making that up?
I'm sure there's science somewhere.
Okay, well.
There's studies on everything.
Take your word
these
for
days.
it. Blake Shelton right now. B105 Breakfast Club, Ken and Lauren. Here we go. Your brain teaser question.
Okay, 36% of people say they've never had this for breakfast. What is it?
Okay. Hard to believe, but must be true. Let's go to the phone. See what we got here. Hi, B105. What's your guess?
Hi, is it pizza?
Pizza, yeah. That's what came to your head right away, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've had pizza for breakfast, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Cold pizza in the morning for breakfast. I've done that a bunch of times. Or, even with air fryers nowadays, you can reheat pizza like you never have been able to before.
Wasn't there a study that said, eating pizza was actually, a good, because it had, a bunch of different nutrients in it, more so than regular breakfast food? I vaguely remember, so just go with it.
Okay, I think she's making that up.
No, I'm not, but just go with it.
It's a
Don't fact check me.
Nice. What's your name? Nope, we lost it. I don't know what happened there. Well, anyway, we'll get more from that, and there you go. Congratulations. And once again, we'll give away pizza tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
So, the brain teaser question, same time, same place. Your weather forecast, that's next here on B105. Guest in the studio here in a little bit. So
we have some breaking news that just came out a minute ago.
Whoa!
I know. Sorry to just drop that on you, but it is CMA Fest week. And that means that all of the biggest country stars will be in Nashville. It's Thursday through Sunday, and they'll be performing in Nissan and all that, right? Well, we now know who's going to be hosting it this year. Any guesses?
Jelly Roll.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, he's one half of the duo.
Well,
Ashley McBryde is the second half.
And I can see that being good.
Yeah, so there is a 3-hour special that always airs on ABC and Hulu, so that's going to come out Tuesday, June 25th. It's the 21st year for the special, which is kind of crazy. And then past hosts include Dirks and Al King and Lainey Wilson, Thomas Rhett and Kelsey Ballerini. But I'm excited to see Jelly Roll and Ashley McBryde do it. I feel like they're beloved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah, so excited about that. Last year was Lainey Wilson, and she seemingly has another big announcement that she will be sharing with everybody today. So Live Nation Las Vegas, they shared a picture of Lainey, and it doesn't show her face or anything, but if you're a country music fan, it's kind of obvious. People were like, it's Beyonce. I'm like, it's definitely Lainey Wilson. It's also the same photo that she just shared on Instagram, but they said, Vegas, hold your horses, wild horses, that is. Big announcement coming tomorrow. So maybe a residency, maybe a big show in Las Vegas, but we'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
She is so busy, booked and busy, because her bar opened over Memorial Day weekend last weekend, and then she also just kicked off her Country's Cool Again tour in Nashville. Miranda joined her, Keith Urban, Jelly Roll, Winona Judd. So very, very busy.
Yeah, she's you got to make hay when the sun's shining type thing,
Yeah.
you know. And she's the hottest thing in country music right now.
She's
one of the hottest
definitely
things,
making
right?
hay because, she's doing it all. So you can read more about that, B105country.com. Hopefully we'll figure out what that announcement is at some point, for sure by tomorrow. And then speaking of bars, Morgan Wallen's bar did open this weekend.
Oh, it did.
Kind of under the radar, though, because it was supposed to open, of course, over Memorial Day weekend. And then the restaurant group, they basically said so much goes into opening a bar, especially one as big as his, that they're like, we just want it to be perfect. So it did open on Saturday at 11 a.m. And apparently the bar's beer permit had not been approved yet. That was one of the reasons holding it back. And then they said there were other complexities. But it is open now just in time for CMA Fest. And you can read more about that to B105country.com. No word on like if that sign ever went up or not.
I guess probably not yet, right?
Yeah, probably not. I feel like it will eventually, but we will have to wait and see. But it is open. Lainey Wilson's bar is open. Just in time for CMA Fest.
Time to go down to Broadway, right?
So I can't do Broadway, but it sounds really fun.
Well, we get another great story out of Lauren on Broadway. You know?
No, Broadway always wins.
Oh my gosh, it's dramatic. Broadway always wins. Cody Johnson. It's Cody Johnson, Dirt Cheap on B105. It's a Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren, and we said we had a special guest coming into the studio here shortly, and here he is, Zach Snyder from Grandma's Marathon. How you doing?
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're very busy right now.
The calendar says June, so we are busy.
How stressed out are you on like a scale of 1 to 10?
We're used to it now.
Okay, yeah, you're used to the stress.
But it's go time now for the next 3 weeks. So this is kind of the fun part where every thing that you've worked for all year starts to come together, and things start to get crossed off the list. The energy starts to come into the town, and so this is the exciting part. It is a bit stressful. You don't sleep as much as you do in December, but it's a lot of fun these next 3 weeks.
So there's so much going on with Grandma's. Like, let's start by talking about like maybe some just like basic things people need to know about the weekend, because it does get so busy here and the energy's amazing. But like, what are some things maybe for first time runners of it?
There's so much to do. Have a plan of what you want to do. It's kind of like when you go to any big festival or the state fair. You got to have a plan of your plan of attack. Where are you going to go? What's most important to you? Because it's really hard to do everything. We've got the expo. We've got race packet pickup. We've got the entertainment at Bayfront. We've got the whippersnapper races. Dakota Lindworm is here doing several different appearances. So there's so much you can do besides the race, the spaghetti dinner all day Friday. You just got to pick what's important to you, and then hopefully kind of see some other cool stuff along the way.
So let's talk about Dakota Lindworm, because she is going to be here, and like everybody is so excited, obviously, because she's like an icon. So where can people meet her or see her? Yeah,
we're really fortunate that Dakota's remained so loyal to Grandma's Marathon, as big a star as she's become in the running world. So she's going to be back. She's going to be running the half marathon as part of her preparation for the Paris Olympics.
I'll probably be behind her a little bit.
I would think that most people, you won't be the only one that's going to be behind her. We talked to her a couple weeks ago, and she said that she's got some friends that are running the race, some teammates, and so it's going to be hard for her not to compete in that race.
Right.
She wants to. She openly said she wants to set the course record. So I'm curious to see what she does.
What is the course record? Do you know off the top of your head?
It just got broke last year. Maggie Montoya.
I remember
broke
that.
Kara Goucher's record. So it's
wow.
1:09:12, something like
gosh.
that. So it's fast, but Dakota can do it. We've got a VIP meet and greet with her on Thursday night. Tickets to that are $50. They're still available on our website. That's kind of a smaller, more intimate chance to meet her. She'll say some things. She'll sign autographs, take pictures. Then the free stuff on Friday, if you're not in town on Thursday. She's leading a shakeout run that starts and stops at the deck. It starts at 9 a.m. They're just going to run along the lake walk.
Nice.
3 or 4 miles, nice and easy, but a chance to run with her. Then she's going to sign some autographs at the expo from 10 to 11:30, right when it opens on Friday morning, and then she'll be part of our pre-race talk show with Dick Beardsley and Carrie Tollison at 4.
Cool.
So a lot of opportunities spread out throughout the weekend to maybe see Dakota, say hi, wish her luck in Paris, which is a cool thing for us.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm at grandmasmarathon.com right now, and I'm looking at all the different stuff that you got going on, and I was looking at marathon weekend and spectator information. Everything's right there,
Yeah, and spectating is,
yeah.
Spectators, again, have a plan. We don't recommend that you try to see people up the shore and at the finish line.
No.
We're anticipating that this is going to be probably the biggest Grandma's Marathon weekend we've ever had based on registration. We got to see how many people are at the start line. But it's going to be a big weekend. There's going to be a lot of people in town. And so expect the congestion, expect the chaos. But hopefully a lot of people out there embrace this weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's such a fun weekend. Even like before I ran it was so fun, and I just love the energy. I love it kind of stressed me out last year, but like the elite athletes were like sprinting downtown, and it's just really cool to see. It's just a super fun weekend.
I love this picture right here of a guy chasing down a runner with a bush light. This is like spectator
there's
information.
Something for everybody.
Like, hey, if you're looking for a place to party, check out London Road.
Yeah.
London Road's the party
stops.
zone. Yeah,
there's some really fun stops.
Lauren might stop for a beer. I don't think Dakota will.
That's the one thing that I didn't stop for last year, but I stopped for everything else. And then on the last mile, it caught up to me, and I was like, I might be sick. I don't think I needed maple syrup, pickles, pickle juice, and a popsicle, but I did. But you do. You got to have fun.
Yeah,
so,
lots
super
of fun. Yeah. Well, we're getting excited for it. It's coming up the 22nd already. That's right in the Friday before, of course. So
yeah, that whole week. Things start going up on Monday with the tents and all the things we put around town, and then the fun starts on Thursday for us with the more formal scheduled events, and then Friday, Saturday is when most people get to town and everything starts happening. So we know that it's such a disruption to the local community, but we are so thankful for those of the people that are participating, volunteering, come out to support in other ways. It's been such a great tradition, and to have it be growing at this point as we approach 50 years is still a cool thing. It means that we're doing something right around the country, that people want to come to Duluth and be part of it.
Yeah, definitely. So you're going to come into the studio leading up so we can touch on everything else as we get closer and get everybody's questions answered.
Yep, I will be here.
Perfect. All right, we'll see you next Monday, same time, same place. I'll get more stressed as the time goes on.
Let's just see the meter rise over here. Yeah, right.
Stress. It's getting closer.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Zach. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Okay. Zach Schneider here from Grandma's Marathon on B105. And right now we'll do some Thomas Rhett here in T-shirt on the Breakfast Club. Carrie Underwood blown away on B105. It's Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. It's 8:08. Hey, we want to wish happy belated birthday to Joyce Cunningham. Happy birthday yesterday. I wished her a birthday yesterday, but on the air today, you get your official shout out here. So happy birthday, Joyce.
Happy birthday.
Enjoy it. Make sure, I'm sure Herm did something good for you.
I think they're going on a vacay, so.
Yeah, well,
they're good.
Some could argue they're always on a vacation, right?
We're not bitter.
I went on a little bit of a vacation this week. Well, a little bit. I went away for the weekend, and I was down at my buddy's cabin, and we went golfing at a golf course down there in Annandale. The golf course is called Albion Ridges or whatever. I've never been there before.
There's a haunted hotel there.
In Annandale? Mm-hmm. Really? What's the name of it?
Annandale Hotel, I think.
Well, that would make sense.
Yep.
Anyway, I went golfing there, and I did probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done in my life.
Love that.
I didn't know the golf course, right?
Okay.
So it had 27 holes. 18 were on one side of the road.
Okay.
9 were on the other side of the road.
All
and
right.
we had to tee off on the one on the other side of the road. Mm-hmm. I've never been to this golf course before. I have no idea what's going on. They say it's across the road, so I'm like, okay. So I get in the golf cart, and I zip along, and I look, and I'm like, where is it? I'm on a highway right now, on a county road. I look left to right, I'm like, I think it's down there. So I drive the golf cart down a 2-lane county road, a couple hundred yards.
I would have loved to just witness that, honestly.
And then I get to the thing, the turn of the gate's locked, it says, carts must use tunnel. I'm like, there's a tunnel? So I whip a U in the middle of the county road, and I got tractors, farm equipment going by me.
And you're in a golf cart.
I'm in a golf cart.
Love that.
And I whipped back, and I came back around, and then I rolled up, and I was like, yeah, I'm in the wrong spot. So then I found my way. I got lost in the golf course or whatever. But, yeah, so the thing I was worried about, too, is they had GPS on the thing, so I was worried that was going to lock me out because I've had it where, like, they
think you're stealing it.
If you leave the boundary area or whatever, they shut you down.
That'd be terrible for me. So I don't ever know where I am.
Right.
So, well, that's not that embarrassing.
It was pretty embarrassing.
Is that more embarrassing than when you walked into that emergency exit at the sushi restaurant?
You keep bringing that one up.
Honestly, it's
never
hilarious.
let that one go. Right?
You're the one that told me.
I know. That's when I was leaving the sushi restaurant, the Ichiru Sushi and Rama. No, sushi and ramen. And I was walking away, and my wife said, "No, it's this way, it's this way." I'm like, "I'm going to take this door." And then I knocked over a sign, and the door was locked, and it was an emergency exit. Or it wasn't an emergency exit. Yeah, it was.
I did something similar yesterday. I went to Boot Barn just to stop by because Joe Danger was there for
how was that?
105. It was good. And I was leaving, and there's like multiple sliding doors. And I walked up to one, and it just didn't open. And I'm like, is it because like it can't censor me down here? And then someone was like, see where it says exit? I'm like, no, I'm not looking up 100 feet to see that it says exit. I thought they would all just open.
Funny.
So you're not alone.
Yeah. Well, it was a weekend of learning.
It was. We learned. We all learned something.
8:11 and B105 coming up. We have a flyway code. We'll tell you all about it next on The Breakfast Club. Shabuzi, a bar song on B105. It's Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. And today it's going to be sunny and 74, believe it or not. That's what we're getting to. And this one hits close to home. This happened in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Police have arrested they are not arrested. They're looking for someone, and they're looking for help in an arrest. Getting somebody that stole a family smoked brisket.
That is like one of the most Wisconsin things ever. Honestly, I'm obsessed.
Well, brisket's not cheap.
No, it's not.
So I was looking to get one the other day, but they had a 12-pound brisket, and they were smoking it overnight because if you have the right kind of smoker, you can do that. It takes a long time to cook a brisket, right?
Right.
And so the thief was coming by and smelled it, broke into the backyard, somehow stole the brisket. I don't know. I think it would have to be kind of warm, right?
Right.
And then they took off, but it was caught on their Ring camera, and they put it on Facebook, and the Eau Claire Police Department's looking for help identifying the brisket bandit.
You don't want to be known as that person that stole brisket. You know what I mean?
I mean, if there's anything I was going to be arrested for stealing, this would probably be it.
Right. And, it's forgivable. It is forgivable.
I don't think it's forgivable.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, this is you looking forward to a brisket. Somebody steals it, and you did all that work on it.
And the price of meat these days,
unbelievable.
That is questionable.
Put a lock on your smoker.
Yeah. That's a lot of work, but desperate times, desperate measures.
Keep that brisket safe. Thomas, Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen. I had some help on B105. It's Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren, and Lauren's helping us out with a good story here on a Monday morning.
Yeah, so I saw this, and I thought that it was really cute. There's always surveys and studies for everything, but a new survey says that Minnesotans actually love their neighbors more than folks in other states. For the most part. So
Minnesota nice, right?
Yeah, that's a real thing. So in this study, basically, they conducted it to determine how much people from each state would help a neighbor in need, like how much they would give. Obviously, inflation is a thing and all that, so there's not a ton of extra money for everybody, but Minnesotans would apparently offer $299 to help a neighbor in need, which is among the highest in the U.S.
$299, huh?
Yeah, like if a neighbor really needed something and they asked, that's what Minnesotans would be willing to give. Now, Alaskans are the most generous. They would donate $700 to help a neighbor, and then North Dakota was the stingiest, willing to give just $16.
That's because they don't have any neighbors there in North Dakota.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
$16.
Yeah, so you can read more, b105country.com, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting.
Well, in Alaska, you have to be really friendly because that's all you have is your neighbors up there.
Right.
You rely on each other to get through, right? Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Minnesota, a pretty nice state. I like that. Cody Johnson, Kenny Chesney, and Living in Fast Forward on B105. In about 20 minutes or so from now, we'll have the next code for the flyaway code to see Kenny Chesney. Joe Danger will have that for you. We'll see you later, though. We're passing it off to him. The workday kickoff continues.